Context of the organization for management systems. Those who have already implemented 9,000, 14,000, or other management systems would definitely be aware of the term understanding the context of the organization. And those of you who are planning to implement, then definitely they would come across this term. So what does this mean? Understanding the organization's context. It simply means understanding all the factors and the environment in which the organization is functioning. These could be external factors or internal factors or the interested parties and their needs and expectations. And these factors and issues would give rise to risk and opportunities in future. So if the organization has already understood the organization's context, then they definitely would be much more prepared for the for the risk and the opportunities that they would encounter in future. So in today's episode of Beyond Compliance, I would take you through the process of understanding the organization's context, what tools and are available to use to understand the organization's context. So, what is the meaning of the term understanding the context of the organization? It means understanding all the relevant factors which may be external or which may be internal of the organization. It serves as the foundation for strategic planning, and it ensures that the management system design is tailored specifically to meet the organization's strategic goals and objectives, considering all the real life conditions in which it is operating. So, the context of the organization can be understood by collecting and analyzing all the information under the three information groups like external issues, internal issues, and interested parties. The external issues are those issues or factors which are external to the organization. It means the organization do not have any control over these factors like the business environment, legal regulations, the political conditions, etc. The internal and issues or the internal factors include the leadership, the culture, the employees, the skill set, the products and services, etc. And the interested parties' needs and expectation include all the related interested parties who may be part of the organization and which may be internal or they may be external to the organization, and to understand what are their needs and expectations. Why is it so important? Because of one, strategic alignment. It ensures the management system is aligned to the strategic goals and objectives. It addresses the stakeholder needs. Understanding the needs and expectation of the interested party ensures that they trust the organization, and there are chances of no compliances because the organization has already understood the needs and expectation. It improves operational efficiency because the systems are built on real life scenarios and not on theoretical scenarios. It improves risk management because the organization is better prepared since it is already aware of the risk and opportunities that may arise by understanding the context, and therefore they are better prepared. It improves compliance and audit readiness by considering all the needs and expectations and the requirements of the stakeholders. It ensures that the organization is compliant to requirements and is ready for any audits, etc. And it is ready, makes the organization ready for any change because of the nature of the context, and because the organization is monitoring it regularly. Any changes can be foreseen much earlier than when it actually appears, and therefore the organization is ready for changes. There are many tools which are used for organizations, understanding the organizations, like PESEL, POTA 5 forces, scenario planning, stakeholder mapping, SWOT, etc. I will take you through 2 to 3 tools which are very relevant to the management systems in this session. The first tool that is often used is the SWOT, which stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. So, by understanding the strength of the organization, which may include the skill set, the particular core process, the activities or the products, etc., which are actually the strength of the organization. The weaknesses may include lack of budget or poor process control or maybe a cultural issue, etc. The opportunities and the threats are external to the organization, so the organization can take advantage of any opportunity like a favorable market conditions and the new customer requirements and all since they are already prepared for it. And the threats are unfavorable conditions, so the organization can by analyzing the threats, the organization take action to either mitigate it or maybe avoid doing any business in a particular area, etc. A PESEL tool is one of the tools which is also recommended in ISO. PESEL stands for political, economic, sociological, technological, legal, and environment conditions. So the political conditions may include government policy, stability, etc. Instability in political scenarios hamper organizations' performance. Economic conditions like interest rates, growth, inflation, etc. also can either help or hamper the organization. Sociological conditions, that cultural trends and the demographic breakup of the area can also help in the organizations. And technological conditions may include like the technology which is being used or the technological environment like AI and use of robotics, etc. New laws and regulations which might come up, so these are to be considered under the legal group. And environmental conditions like climate sustainability may be studied to understand the organization's dependence upon organization and climate change. Issues can be studied by considering the information under the leadership, the culture, demographic, and products. The leadership information includes the vision, mission, strategic. The cultural environment may include the cultural at various levels like the middle management, the worker levels, and the lower level, etc. The demographic breakup of the employee skill sets and the age and the gender ratio, etc., and the products and the services that the organization provides. So, by looking at the organization under this forage, it is possible to get a real understanding of the inner strengths and weaknesses of the organization. The interested parties are those which can affect the organization or the organization may affect these parties. So, therefore, getting to understand them is very much essential. External interested parties may include like consumers, customers, banks and financial institutions, legal bodies, NGOs, suppliers and contractors, investors, etc. Whereas the internal interested parties may include top management, employees, employee groups, managers, etc. Depending upon the management system, it may be required to subgroup these broad groups. For example, the employee groups may be again made into smaller subgroups based on gender or the age group, etc., to get a better understanding of the nature of the context. One of the tools that is again used in sustainability and which is also very useful in management system is the supply chain analysis, which is a process of understanding the complete supply chain right from the procurement of raw material and to the extent of the distribution of the products and services till it reaches the end customer or the consumer. So this is particularly useful to understand the environmental, social, and governance issues that may exist at various levels of the supply chain, and therefore which may uh, turn out to be a risk or a opportunity in future. Let's consider few examples which will help you to understand the context and how it can be a risk or a opportunity. Starting with the political factors external to the organization. For example, the trade wars or the tariffs, increased in tariffs or a reduction in tariffs may be an opportunity because it increases the price of goods in another country and therefore may reduce the orders available or may reduce the demand for that product. Political instability like strikes and other things unrest can also create unsafe operations conditions and therefore may force the organization to stop the operations. Economic conditions like inflation may cause the raw material prices to increase and therefore reduce its profitability, which may uh, tempt the manufacturers to reduce its product quality by using cheaper materials or to compromise on safety standards by reducing budget available for EHS, etc. Social factors like the recent post-COVID work from home preference of young workers may lead to different social conditions and also increased uh, demand for information security while working from home, etc. Also, the social conditions like the increased preference of the new generations on products which carry social or environmental product certifications may cause either an opportunity, may cause the organization to lose an opportunity or to lose orders. Technological conditions like increased use of robotics and AI in the industry may turn out to be a risk or an opportunity in future, depending upon how the operations are affected. Legal issues like the recent GDPR or the DPDP Act, which focuses on privacy, will force an organization to focus on privacy laws, privacy policies, etc., and the risk of very high penalties in case they default on these policies. Climate change under the environmental conditions include like changing weather pattern and increased extreme weather events which cause raw material shortage or like which can affect the organization's operation because of a number of floods increasing or the intensity of the rains, etc. To sum up, understanding the context needs to be carried out in very detail, and it's not a one-time activity. It needs to be repeated and also needs to be alive, discussed with in management reviews, etc. Because any change in the context can affect the organization. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and in case you have any feedback, do let me know by dropping in a comment. And if you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.